Hello, good morning students. See, welcome back to our e-learning session. And it is initiated by Vidyadhish Vidya Sankul under the guidance of Dr. G. M. Suttaria sir. Okay, see, in our last session we complete up to illustration number 4. And in our last session I was give you the homework of exercise 3, section A and B. Okay, and I hope you complete that, and if you have any doubts then please ask me in our regular class or in WhatsApp. Now we will continue with our next illustration, that is illustration number 5. Okay, see, first of all I am reading the question. The monthly income of the workers working in a production house follows normal distribution. Okay, their average monthly income, average means mu is equal to 15,000. See, this is most important sum, and it was asked in the previous examinations 2 to 3 times, so it's a most IMP question. So please tick out that average, that means mu is equal to 15,000, and the standard deviation, that is sigma, is equal to 4,000. And now first point, that is, if the worker is selected at random, then find the probability that his monthly income is between 10,000 to 25,000. So you have to find out P of 10,000 less than or equal to x less than or equal to 25,000 between two values, right? And the second, find the probability of workers having monthly income between 12,000 to 22,000. Okay, so you have to find out two values. Okay, so we will start the lecture. See, see that mu. First of all, illustration number 5. Mu, that is average monthly income, is 15,000 rupees, and the standard deviation is 4,000 rupees, and you have to find out the value between 10,000 to 25,000. That's why P of 10,000 less than or equal to x less than or equal to 25,000, and the second, the value between 12,000 to 22,000, less than or equal to x less than or equal to 22,000. It is so easy and very easy sum, but the main point of this sum is you have to draw a diagram, and if the diagram is correct then your answer is correct, because on the basis of the diagram you have to make one steps and find out the values. Okay, so see, the rule of this chapter is only one, that you have to know the diagram. Perpendicular compulsory on the both the side. Two conditions I was I was told you that in the last session, that only two conditions we have to apply here. On the perpendicular, both the sides area is there, you have to add that, and if on the one side but not starting from 0, then you have to deduct two areas. Okay, then find out the values. Here the two values is given, but first of all I am writing out here the starting point, that is the value income between 10,000 to 25,000. First of all, this one is the normal variable given, x is to a normal variable. We have to convert it into standard normal variable. So is equal to 10,000 minus mu upon sigma less than or equal to x minus mu upon sigma less than or equal to 25,000 minus mu upon sigma. I am converting standard normal variable into standard normal variable, is equal to Now P 10,000 minus mu is equal to what? 15,000 divided by 4,000 less than or equal to Z less than or equal to 25,000 minus 10,000 minus 15,000 divided by 4,000. This is the value. Okay. So now what is the value? Minus 5,000 upon 4,000 less than or equal to Z less than or equal to 10,000 upon 4,000. So here the value minus 1.25 less than or equal to Z less than or equal to 2.5 or 2.50. Minus 1.25 less than or equal to Z less than or equal to 2.5. Divide it in your calci. What is the value? 2.5 or 2.50, just the same value, so don't panic about that. 2.5 or 2.50, that's the same. So 1.25 minus and here 2.5 plus. So how's the diagram? See that here. Here Z is equal to 0 and the value of mu is equal to 15,000 always on the perpendicular, compulsory, right? So here this is the diagram. Now what? Value of Z minus 1.25, so 0, that's why minus 1.25 on this side and plus 2.5, that's why that is on this side. So value of Z1 is equal to, this one is the Z1, minus 1.25 and the value of Z2 is equal to 2.50. Okay, so here see the approximate value we have to take, that's why here 1.25 here. And 2.50 here. Minus 1.25, that is your Z1, this is your Z, and up to Z2, that is 2.50. We have to find out the area between these two. Between these two, that's why what is the area? First of all, we have to confirm. See, into this type of sums, just confirm which area is there, and on the basis of that, we have to write down the next step and then find out the values. Okay, so here the point is that this is the area, and this is also the area. Between these two these, we want the value between these two these. See, first rule we have to apply here. What is the first rule? See, minus 1.25 to 2.50, that is the area is both the side of perpendicular, so we have to add compulsory these two these and then these two these. Okay, so area we have to add from these two these and from these two these. On the both the side area is there, we have to add that, and that's why we have to write down what? These two these minus, that's why the next step is equal to P of minus 1.25 less than or equal to z less than or equal to 0, because the table value of the table is given from 0 to 3.5, and here if the value, and also the value is given for the positive only, so we have to convert that positive into negative into positive first, and then we will add this. Okay, so first of all this to this, minus 1.25 to 0, and then plus 0 to 2.5, minus 1.25 to 0, and then 0 to 2.5. Okay, so here first of all I am converting that negative into positive by writing here only this step, not converting positive into negative, only converting negative into positive. See, minus 1.25 to 0, that means 0 to 1.25 plus, and then 0 to 2.50, and here we have to write down compulsory because symmetry. Now see the value. How we find out the value? See here, 0.0, 0.1 and so on, 1.0, here 0.0, 0.1, 0.2 and so on. What is the value? 1.25. So 1, after that 1.1, after that 1.2, and here 0.5. So here I am writing out, not here. See, in the table you have to see these. So here and here, what is the value of intersection? 1.2 and 5. See into the table, 1.2 in the row of 1.2 in the column of 0.5, that is 0. Here 0.00, 0.01, 0.02, 03, 04 and 05. So 1.25 value is here. See the value into the table. The value is 0.3944. Exact value. See into the table in the last page. See, the value is here 0.3944. Now the value 2.5. After that you have to see 2. Then after that 2.5 and exactly 0. That means here value of 2.50 you have to see in the table. See the line, first column, up in first column you have to see 2.5 and 0, 0. That's why this point, at this point the value is 0.4938. So you have to write down these also, 0.4938. Now just add this 0.3944 and 0.4938, that is your answer, 0.8882. That is your final answer, first answer. Okay, so point number 1 for illustration number 5 is over. See the value. First of all, area we have to confirm, we have to write down. See, this is the question. We have to convert normal variable into standard normal variable, that is into z. The value of z is minus 1.25 to 2.50. Now draw the diagram. You have to write down z1, that is minus 1.25, again 2.5 on the positive side, and then draw the area. This one is the area, and now write down these to these and these to these. So we have to write down minus 1.25 to 0 and 0 to 2.5. Now convert negative into positive, and then write down, and here write down symmetry and find out the value on the basis of this on the table. 1.25, that is 1.2 and 0.05. What is the value in the table? 0.3944 and 2.5000, that is here 0.4938. Now the total 0.8882. That is your final answer of 1 point. first point of illustration number 5. So please first of all write down these. See, this is just for your knowledge, so don't write this. I am just explaining you how to see the table. That's why please don't write this. So write down, this is your first point. Now the second point we are discussing, but after this, please write down this first. And this is your important sum, so please concentrate on this. This is your 4-mark sum, and up to this 2 marks you will get. Easy, very easy. Just you have to remember these steps only. Up to this, very easy. After that, you have to prepare this diagram, and on the basis of this diagram, you have to write down these 3 steps, and then it is very easy. Okay, now I am doing the second point. I hope you complete this. Second point, P of 12,000 less than or equal to X less than or equal to 22,000. Now this one is the normal variable. We have to convert that normal variable into standard normal variable. Okay, so here is equal to P of 12,000 minus mu upon sigma less than or equal to X minus mu upon sigma less than or equal to 22,000 minus mu upon sigma. So P of 12,000 minus 15,000 upon 4,000 less than or equal to Z less than or equal to 22,000 minus 15,000 upon 4,000. Now see, P of minus 3,000 divided by 4,000 less than or equal to Z less than or equal to 7,000 divided by 4,000. So the value is P of minus 0.75 less than or equal to Z less than or equal to 1.75. This is the value. Divide it in your calci. Minus 0.75 to 1.75. Just the same. But here the value is 1.25. But minus 1.25 here the minus 0.75, that is nearest to 0. That's why we have to convert this area Z1 here, and 1.75, that's why also nearest to 0. Okay, so here the new values Now the z value z is equal to z1 is equal to minus 0.75 nearest to 0. That's why here and 1.75 is also nearest to 0. Z2 is equal to 1.75. Approximately value is here. Okay, now what we want, the area between these two, and area between these two also. So we have to find out this area. Up to from these to these and these to these. The rule is also same. Here minus to 0 and then 0 to 1.75, right? So here we have to write down same point P of minus 0.75 less than or equal to z less than or equal to 0 plus both the side. So here we have to add this perpendicular. The area is on the both side of the perpendicular. That's why we have to add these two areas, these to these and these to these. Minus 75, 0.75 to 0 and 0 to 1.75 plus P of 0 less than or equal to z less than or equal to 1.75. So here first of all convert that in negative into positive. 0.75 and plus 0 positive as it is, no change, and here we have to write down into the bracket because symmetry compulsory. We have to write down this because we are converting, we are again writing this as it is step, but only converting the negative into positive. 0 to 75, 0.75 and 0.175 as it is. Okay, now how we see that 0.0, 0.1 and so on, 0.7, here 0.0, 0.01, 0.02 and so on, 0.05. So here what we want, 0.75. So here from this to this, what is the value of 0.75? Here the value of 0.75 is 0.2734 here, and so on 1, then 1.1 and so on up to 1.7 and 1.72, again here 0.05 column and 1.7 row. What is the value? See the value, 0.4599, 1.7 and 0.05. Where intersects? Here 0.4599. So here we have to take as 0 to 0.75 the value is 0.2734, and from 0 to 1.75 the value is 4599. Just put the value here, 0.2734 plus 0.4599, and the total is 0.7333. So the required probability for the first is 0.8882, and for the second point the required probability is 0.7333. if the worker is randomly I'm reading the question. If the worker is selected at random, find the probability that his monthly income is between 10,000 to 25,000. And second point, find the percentage. See here, in the first question, the answer is only probability, that is 0.8882, right? But the second question, read the second question, find the percentage of worker having monthly income. Percentage. So this one is the only probability. If you want to convert that into the percentage, then just multiply with the 100. Percentage, in the percentage, what is the common? 100 is the common. That's why whatever the probability is here, whatever the probability finding out, here we have to convert that probability into the percentage. For that we have to just multiply 100 with the probability. So write down the one line. Here I have no space for that, so please write down. After this, first of all write down this, then one line answer you have to write down. See, up to this you will get only 1.5. See, total 4 marks sum is there. First point is over, then 2 marks you will get. Now the second point, up to this, if you are doing the sum up to this, then the marks is 1.5, that is 2 plus 1.5, that is 3.5. But 0.5 for the final answer, that is percentage, you have to write down for that. So first of all write down this. This is just for your knowledge. Don't write it. How to see the table? That is the point. So first of all write down this, and then we will write down one line for the exact answer, percentage answer. Write down this. See, write down the final answer. The percentage that are randomly selected workers, the percentage that are randomly selected workers has monthly income between 12,000 to 22,000, has monthly income between 12,000 to 22,000 is equal to, see that here I am writing, is equal to 0.7333 into 100, because we want the percentage, that's why we just have to multiply it with the n into 100, sorry, p into 100, that is 73.33 percentage is the final answer, is equal to 73.33 percentage. Thus 73.33% of the workers in the production house have monthly income between 12,000 to 22,000. Okay, so here your fifth sum is over. So I hope you understand that, or not, then please see this video 2 to 3 times or write down this sum, not only in the fair book but practice it for 2 to 3 times in the rough book also. Then and then you will completely understand this illustration. Very easy, right? But just for the practice. Now the theory, important theory that will ask in C section. properties of normal distribution, as well as the next is properties of standard normal distribution. See, this is not only important for the theory portion or theory section, that is, it will not only ask in section C, but on the basis of this property some short sums are also we have to do that. Okay, so some formulas, some rules is also given into the properties, and on the basis of this property we have to do the practical sums also later on. Okay, so here I am reading that properties of normal distribution. First one, some important properties of the normal distribution are as under. First, it is a distribution of continuous random variable, compulsory. See, whenever this chapter is starting from the starting point, here in the second chapter, normal discrete random variable will ask. Now in the third chapter, compulsory normal distribution is there, and it is compulsory for the continuous normal. This distribution is compulsory for the continuous random variable, not for the discrete or only the ungrouped data. Discrete variable we cannot find out the normal distribution. Compulsory we have to find out the continuous random variable answer as a normal distribution. Okay, so first point, it's a distribution of continuous random variable. Second point, the constant mu and sigma. This one, mu and sigma always constant. The constant mu and sigma are the parameters of the distribution. If the question is twisted, then what? Then the question will ask that find out the parameters of normal distribution. Which one? Mu and sigma. Mu and sigma directly not ask you have to find out mu and sigma. They will ask that you have to find out the parameters of normal distribution. See, I told you in the second chapter what is the parameter of, first of all, binomial distribution, n and p, small n, and probability of success small p. That is the parameters of binomial distribution. Here the parameters of normal distribution is mu and sigma. See the second point again, the constant mu and sigma are the parameters of the distribution which indicate mean and standard deviation respectively. That we already know that mu is equal to mean and sigma is equal to standard deviation. But these are the parameters of this distribution, that is normal distribution. Now the third point, the distribution is symmetric about the mu and its skewness is always 0. See, I told you that here the mu, the value mu is equal to 15,000. At z is equal to 0, mu is that mean, median, mode, all the values are equal in the normal distribution, symmetric normal distribution. In the normal distribution always z is equal to 0 and mu is equal to whatever the value is on the compulsory on the perpendicular. So here the point is the distribution is symmetric. This distribution is a symmetric, and the skewness, what is the skewness? See, if the diagram is just like this, if the diagram is just on the extend on the left hand side, or it is extend on the right hand side, see this one and this one, these two are the skew frequency distribution diagram, and this one is the normal frequency distribution diagram, or you can say it's a symmetric frequency distribution and it's a skewed frequency distribution. These two are positive and negative skewness, positive skewed distribution frequency distribution and negative frequency distribution, and this one is the symmetric frequency distribution. So here the point is that the distribution is symmetric always in the normal distribution, and always the skewness is equal to 0, right? Here this one is the negative positive skewness and this one is the symmetric, that's why skewness is equal to 0. These are the small questions answered, so please read it carefully. B section is compulsory on the basis of this, so please read it and please remember it. Okay, next point, fourth point. for the distribution, that is normal distribution, the value of mean, median and mode are same. I told you just now, just before that, that is mean is equal to, or you can say what here like this, mean is equal to median is equal to mode. All the values in the normal distribution is equal. So here you can say mean also 15,000 as well as mode is equal to also 15,000. Mean, median, mode, all the values in the normal distribution is same. So mu is equal to m is equal to mo. Here x bar, other than that x bar, you have to write down mu. Mu is equal to m is equal to mo. Okay, now fifth point. For this distribution, that is normal distribution, quartiles and are equidistant from the median. So here, what is that? Q3 minus m is equal to m minus q1. If the first quartile is here, then this one is the median, and third quartile is here. So from the median, from the middle, the q1 and q3 are in equal distance. So q3 minus m, this minus this is equal to this minus this, right? So here fifth point for the distribution, quartiles are equidistant from the median, that is q3 minus m is equal to m minus q1. And m is equal to what? Median is equal to what? This is the formula. See, median, if we want to find out the median and quartile is given, then what? q3 plus q1 divided by 2, that is average. These two average is equal to median. q3 plus q1 divided by 2, that is median. This is also short sum formula. Okay. Now the sixth point. The probability curve is completely bell-shaped. Yes, the probability curve is completely bell-shaped because it's a normal distribution and it's a symmetric of the perpendicular on both the side of the perpendicular. That's why it's a bell-shape. Okay. Now the 7th point. Normal curve is asymptotic. Take to x-axis, the tails never touch the axis. See here, the tail is never touched the x-axis. Okay. Now 8th point, approximate value of the quartiles of normal distribution can be obtained from the following formula. See, this is the also short sum formula. See the formula, Q1 is equal to mu minus 0.675 sigma and Q3 is equal to mu plus 0.675 sigma. The approximate value, if the quartiles value we have to find out in the short sum, then this is the formula. Q1, mu and sigma is given. So on the basis of that, mu is equal Q1 is equal to mu minus 0.675 sigma and Q3 is equal to mu plus 0.675 sigma. See, the question will ask in two format. First, mu and sigma is given and you have to find out Q1 and Q3. And the second way, the style of the question here change, that value of Q1 and Q3 is given, and on the basis of that, mu and sigma you have to find out. Direct question, mu, sigma given, Q1, Q3 find out. Indirect question, Q1, Q3, that is answer is given and you have to find out mu and sigma. That is the second style to ask the question. Okay, we will do that at that time. But here these are the formulas to find out quartiles in the standard, in the normal distribution. Okay. Now the 9th point, for this distribution, again the next formula. See, the formula is given here in the point number 4, that is mu is equal to m is equal to mo. In point number 5, m is equal to q3 plus q1 divided by 2. In point number 8, q1 and q3. Now in point number 9, the formula, that is quartile deviation qd is equal to 2 by 3 sigma approximately okay. So here quartile deviation, that is QD, is equal to 2 by 3 sigma. Sometimes quartile deviation you have to find out and sigma is given. Again vice versa like this, indirectly sigma is not given, quartile deviation is given, you have to find out the sigma on the basis of this formula. Okay, so this is the formula. And the last 10 point, the formula for the distribution mean deviation, MD, mean deviation, is equal to 4 by 5 sigma approximately mean deviation. First quartile deviation 2 by 3 sigma, mean deviation 4 by 5 sigma. Again sigma given, mean deviation find out, mean deviation given, sigma you have to find out on the basis of this formula. Okay, and the last point, that is 11, that is also you have to remember. The 6 point is 6 point is given here, and you have to remember all these 6 points. First, important areas. Here the areas, here we are finding out the Z1 to 0 and 0 to Z2. Okay, but exactly some important area is given, and see, this is, we are finding out the value of minus 0.75 to 0 and 0 to 1.75. For that we have to, for the area we have to see the table, right? But here the fixed area is directly given, and if that area is given, then just write down the values. Don't see the table, just write down the values, because the fixed area is given here in 1 to 6 point. First point, total area under normal curve is 1. This one is total area is 1. So here half 0.5, half 0.5. That is, and the area on both the side is of the perpendicular line at x is equal to mu, that is 0.5. 0.5 on this side and 0.5 on this side. That we already discussed. First point. Second point, the area under the curve between the perpendicular lies at mu minus sigma and mu plus sigma is mu minus sigma and mu plus sigma. That is, the value is 0.6826. Why? Because exact 1. What is the value of 1.0? See in the table, what is the value of 1.0? Exactly 0.3413. On both the side, here sigma is equal to what? Here 1. Here 1. Mu minus 1, that is 0. Mu always here 0. 0 minus 1, that is minus 1, 2. 0 plus 1, that is plus 1. Minus 1 to plus 1, that is 1 to 1. So 0.34 plus 0.34. What is the exact value? Total of these, because the areas is lies on minus and plus, that is on the both the side of perpendicular. Both the side of perpendicular, that is minus 1 to plus 1. So what is minus 1? 0.3413. What is plus 1? 0.3413. So the total is 6826. Minus mu minus sigma, mu plus sigma, between area between these two is 0.3413 plus 0.3413, that is 0.6826. Okay, now mu minus 2 sigma and mu plus 2 sigma, that is what? Sigma is equal to 1. So 2 into 1, that is 2. 0. Mu is equal to 0. Always normal distribution, if the value of sigma and mu is not given, then 0 is equal to mu. and sigma is equal to 1. Okay, so here 0 minus 1, that is minus 1, 0 plus 1, that is plus 1, that is minus 1, 2 plus 1. Here minus 2, 2 plus 2. So what is the value? Exactly 2.0. See into the table, exactly 2.0 and 0, 0. What is the exact value? That is 4774. Okay. So here the value total of these, that is 0.9545 4772. Exactly the value is 0.4772 plus 0.4772. So here 0.9544 or here 45. 9545 is the value of mu minus 2 sigma to mu plus sigma. That is area under the normal. So see, I am reading the second point first. Again, the area under the curve between the perpendicular lines at mu minus sigma 2 and mu plus sigma is 0.6826. That is area under the normal curve between the perpendicular lines at mu plus or minus sigma. You can see here, this one is the value of mu plus or minus sigma. This one is the value of mu plus or minus 2 sigma. Mu minus 2 sigma, mu plus 2 sigma. It is 0.9545. Now next, mu minus 3 sigma to mu plus 3 sigma. That is the value is 9973. Okay, the value is 9973. One minute. $4,987. Exact the value of 3 is equal to what? 0.4987 plus 0.4987. What is the value? 9974 or 3. Here 4. But here that saying that 0.9973, because here we are adding 1, so here subtracting 1. So you can say here mu plus or minus 3 sigma. These are the values. See, 6826. These are a value of 0.9545 and these are the value of 0.9973. Sigma, mu minus sigma, mu minus plus 2 minus or plus 2 sigma and mu minus or plus 3 sigma. This is the value. Now the fifth point, the area under the curve between the perpendicular lines at mu minus 1.96 sigma, that is the extra point, and you have to remember that mu minus 1.96 sigma and mu plus 1.96 sigma is equal to 0.95 exactly. Okay, so this is the next point, mu plus or minus 1.96 sigma is equal to exactly 0.95. This is the value. So mu minus 1.96 sigma, mu plus 1.96 sigma, that is plus or minus between these two. This is the 0.95 is the exact area. And now 99, that is here I am writing out mu minus 2.7575 and mu plus 2.575, that is mu plus or minus 2.575 is equal to 0.99 exactly. These are the values See, these are the values. You have to remember these values because this will ask in one liner as well as MCQs. So please remember all these 6 values. That is area. Total area is 1 divided 2 side, that is 0.5, 0.5. Then minus plus mu minus plus sigma 0.6826, mu minus plus 2 sigma 0.9545, mu minus plus 3 sigma 0.9973, right? Because how 1 is equal to this, that's why this, 2 is equal to this, that's why this, and 3 is equal to this, that's why this. And 1.96 minus or plus, total exact value is 0.95, and 2.575 plus or minus, that is the value of 0.99. So here the properties of normal distribution is over, and the properties of standard normal distribution is mostly just the same. Read the properties that is given on 110, and it is just same. This is the normal distribution property, and that is, you can say, X property, right? Normal random variable, that is X, and standard normal variable, that is Z. Now property of X, that is normal variable, and properties of Z is both are equal. Okay, so complete that. Here I am complete my lecture. So thank you class, have a nice day, bye bye.